Paul and Holly Fine's work has been honored on this stage more than 50 times for Cameraman of the Year, Best Documentary, Best Editing, and the list goes on. They have won over 75 local Emmys, 10 national Emmys, a DuPont Award, the Robert F. Kennedy Award for Journalism, and 4 Peabodys. Paul and Holly did meet long ago in the land of television at WJLA Channel 7. A beautiful young editor and a wild pipe-smoking cameraman. Maybe it was the footage, nobody really knew, but somehow Paul did win her over. And a perfect match was made.
And I just drove him down. I went on top of him and into the car.
In 1982, Paul and Holly made The Saving of the President, told and reenacted by the actual people who saved Ronald Reagan's life.
I remember very well walking into that emergency room, not even knowing that I'd been shot.
It broke new ground. ABC aired it nationally on 2020. And CBS News was watching. Perhaps one of their greatest accomplishments was a 3-hour special on violence in America.
CBS reports, tonight in the killing fields of America.
We need someone, people, that would stand up and not just talk with the rhetoric, but would give us concrete solutions. And if we can say it's not fair, and we have a right sometimes to say, Lord, why?
And then in 1998, they moved to ABC News, where I got to work with them again. Most fondly, I recall working on a piece featuring a former CIA disguise artist, now making perfect prosthetic body parts for those in need. It's a sort of human parts department.
If you had to change my appearance, what would you do to me?
I could make you look like me.
They were, when they began, and they have been throughout their careers, simply the best.
I'll bring you the romantic tenor, Andrea Bocelli, with his music from the heart.
Tonight, I'll introduce you to one man who's really made a difference, the jazz teacher.
This was most apparent in their final film. No narration, no correspondent, just the heroic story of 2 survivors of 9/11.
You know, the bottom line was I had my wife, and we would get through this. And we've got a partnership. We've had it for 31 years, and we've got a good 31 more years left if God gives us that ability and strength. And yes, her fingers are gone, but she still has the same mind, the same heart.
There is really no one like Paul and Holly. Their work forever changed the lives of those who were in their films, of those who watched them, and all of us who learned from them. Now, Steenbeck's Arriflexes and correspondence have been replaced by family visits to their new office on the Chesapeake Bay.
Hi, I'm Sean Fine.
Hi, I'm Andrea Nix-Fine, and we're the directors of the Oscar-nominated documentary short, Innocente. Innocente is a story about this amazing young woman who is 15 and has been living homeless in San Diego since she was 6. Innocente is an incredible artist, and our story follows her when she gets the opportunity to be doing her first art show.
When I paint, I like to see things from my imagination, like weird creatures or colors. And out there in the world, usually things aren't very colorful. So maybe if they were a little bit more colorful, they'd make people just a little bit more happy.
Probably the hardest aspect of making this film was being close to this young woman we were filming. She really let us into her life. It was like these layers kept unfolding and unfolding, and I think it's hard to constantly just be that close to somebody and start to care about somebody that much that you're
still keep
filming.
your right, still keep your objectivity to make the most powerful story.
This is just an amazing story. You couldn't write a fictional story like this story. Two doctors who fall in love, decide to have a child. They love each other to death. They have this child, this beautiful child, and then at age 2 they learn that he has this rare disease that they're told they cannot cure, and then they decide to quit everything and try and cure this disease. There's just no story I've ever heard like that, and this is a real story. It's a very intimate film. This isn't a film with hundreds of interviews of people. This is this family's story. It is a family telling you their story. I want people to think about their own lives when they leave life according to Sam. I want them to think about the choices they've made in their lives. I want them to think about themes like fate and family and commitment and sacrifice. Those are the things that come up in the film, and I'm hoping that the film creates these conversations within people and a dialogue within people about the choices we make. The first time we went to interview Sam, we sat down in Leslie and Scott's house, and they let us interview their son, who was 13 at the time, and the first people to ever interview him. And we asked him the first question, and he looked at me and he said, "Don't you want to probably ask that question at the end and not the beginning? It probably would be better." And that's kind of how the next 3 years went with Sam. And I thank you, Sam, for that, because you made us better storytellers. Every frame we captured, every edit we made with our amazing editor, Jeff Consiglio, on this project, we thought of you. We wanted to make you proud, and I hope we have, and we dedicate this to you and your parents, and you're forever in our hearts.